Hey, it's Mr. Bassard here with your tip of the day. So today I want to talk about a concept that's really for more advanced students. It's really three topics: aim, focus, and control. So let's kind of start from the beginning. You know, when you're first a martial arts student and you're trying to learn your techniques, you're trying to learn your kicks, your punches, your blocks, all those things, it's all about doing the technique correctly. So you have to learn, you have to learn how to punch. You have to learn how to do that kick, right? You have to learn how to do everything. Well, after you get a little further up the belt ranks, you've developed some skills. Maybe you've got a really good reverse punch. Maybe you've got a really good back kick or a spinning horse kick, something like that. Well, now the next thing that we need to work on is these three things. Because you can have the best side kick in the world, but in terms of self-defense, if you can't hit anybody with it, what good is it? Might be great to take pictures, but in reality, you have to be able to hit a target. And being able to hit the target, that's called aim. So aim is really about whatever you're aiming at. So how do you practice aim? There are a lot of different ways. So while you're at home, one of the things you can do is, find a wall, find a mirror, something that you can aim at. Maybe put a little piece of tape on it or something where you can practice. Now, of course, if you're practicing kicks and punches, you got to be careful. You don't want to break the mirror. You don't want to put a hole in the wall or anything like that. But the way that you practice is you pick out a target. And for example, if we're just using a reverse punch, well, when I'm practicing my reverse punch, I don't want to just always just throw it and get used to throwing it in the same spot. Sometimes I want to throw it low. Sometimes I want to throw it high. But it really depends on what I'm trying to work on. So as I'm practicing my aim, I want to aim at a specific spot and not just aim at it, but I want to make sure that when I aim, that I check it and see, was I a little bit too high? Was I a little too low? Was I a little left or right? That way you can improve it. Same thing with your kick. And if you're practicing, when classes start again and you're practicing with one of the other students, look for a little wrinkle in the side of their uniform. When you're throwing your side kick, try to come close to that wrinkle. Look at little things so that you can practice your aim, okay? That's the first concept. Second concept, focus. Well, what does focus mean? Focus is what part of you hits the target. Now again, what we're talking about, if we go back to something as simple as a reverse punch, when you throw a reverse punch, what you're trying to do is you're trying to hit with these two knuckles. You don't want to hit with these two, because if you hit with these two, they are very thin bones and they'll break. So we want to practice what part of us hits them. If it's a round kick, you want to hit it with the top of the foot, the instep. If it's a side kick, you don't want to hit with the whole bottom of your foot, you only want to hit with the heel. So again, that's focus. What part of you hits the target? And then the third thing is control. Now, control means how hard you hit the target. So for example, I can throw a punch and I can come within that close of somebody and not hit them. That's pretty good control. Or I can throw a punch and I can come close or even touch the target, and that's even better control. Sometimes I want to follow through completely. That's a different type of control. But as you become an advanced martial artist, what you don't want to do is have two options. Those two options are either I hit them 100% or I hit them 0. You want to be able to control it. What if it was a situation where, maybe there was a friend and he was bothering you and he was, kind of hurting you a little bit, and you wanted to send him a little message, maybe you want to give him a little jab or something to get him off you, but you don't really want to hit him full force. Well, you need to learn how to control your technique. And that's what it's about. So as you progress up the line, I want you to work on those three things. Aim, again, making sure that you're accurate. Focus. What part of you strikes your target? And control. How much impact there is. So if you work on those three things, it's going to make you a much better martial artist. And that's my tip for the day.